everyone, and I welcome all of you to online study for you, a complete placement solution. Friends, today we are going to solve the similar question which was asked in TCS NQT 15th of January examination, right? As you know, quadratic equation was introduced, and also here Upasna ma'am will be solving the coding question which was asked on 15th of January TCS NQT examination. So if you are going to write 19th January TCS examination, or if you are going to write 9th of February TCS NQT exam, then this video will be very helpful. Now, so friends, quadratic equation actually is not tough. It's a easy problem, and you can see we are going to solve a few of the questions based on the quadratic equation, right? So you will be getting the questions like find the real root of the equation. One of the student, he had sent the questions like this: find the real root of the quadratic equation, but the question was not complete, right? So this was the analysis which we had done for 2024 examination. And again, in this class we are also going to solve coding question. Before that, friends, one thing which we wanted to tell you: so we have launched Achiever 2.4 2020 till 2024 batch graduates, and all the classes will be definitely by either the SD, or I myself have worked in Tata, Nokia, Motorola, many multinational companies, and I have more than 11 years of experience, right? So right now we are giving an offer of 499 rupees. So you will be able to get the course just in 1500, and with lot of features like live classes will happen now, recorded classes, right? So for all the MNC placement examination, aptitude, reasoning, verbal, coding from basic to advanced we will do. So there is also a ebook with 500 plus question, and DSA in both the language C++, Java we will do. We also have the internship project for you with certification, and we will also tell you the resume making and mock interview will be conducted, right? Okay, anyway, so let us start with the question now. How to find out the roots just in second by seeing the question. So friends, basically what you have to do, you have to write the prime factor of 6 and 3. That means just try to write in a prime factor. So 2 into 3 will be what? 2 into 3 will be 6, right? 2 and 3 is a prime factor. Prime factor means multiplication of prime numbers. Okay, now, so here you want -5, so write -2 and -3. So -2 and -3 will give you -5. Okay, now the roots will be, change the sign and write the value. So these are the real roots of problem x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. See, things were easy, okay, but the only thing you should know how to solve it now. So basically what I did, now we will understand in the second question. So we have to multiply a and c. So quadratic equation will be in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now what I did here, so I calculated the prime factor of 6, right? AC. So a is 1 and c is 6, right? So 6 into 1 will be 6. Now here AC, so AC is nothing but 14 into 5. Now we will calculate the prime factor. So 2 into 7 is 14 into 5. Now here I want 3. So with this, how can I get 3? So you see combination. So 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is 10, and then 7 is remaining. So basically you have to find out AC. After finding AC, you have to see how you can write down in the prime factor, and then right, and then how can you get 3 from here, right? So 10 and 7. Now here it is plus 3, that means plus 10 and minus 7, right? So plus 10 minus 7 will give you plus 3. Now my roots will be, change the sign. So we'll change the sign. Okay, change the sign, and let us see if we have any coefficient. So here we have coefficient as 5. So here he has coefficient as 5, then divide by it. We will do some exercise, we will do some problem, automatically things will get clear, right? Okay, now, so now 2 square minus 9y plus 10. So again AC. So AC is nothing but 2 into 10. Now write down the prime factor. So 2 into 5. You have to watch the video till the end, because we have also put coding here, which was similar kind of codes which was asked in the 15th of January TCS NQT exam. Now here you want 9. Okay, so 2 into 2, 4 and 5, right? Okay, now so you want -9, so -4 and -5. Now what will be the roots? So change the sign, so it will become plus 4. Change the sign, it will become plus 5, and then divided by the coefficient. That means a divided by the coefficient. Here also we did the same thing. We divided it by the coefficient, right? We divided it by a, right? So here also we did the same thing. We divided it by 1, but if you divide it by 1, nothing happens, right? So divided by 2, and this will become our roots. Okay, fine. Now, so 20y square minus 31y plus 12. Now again AC, so AC will be 20 into 12. So this prime factor, so 5 into 2 into 2, and then here it will be 2 into 2, 4, and 4 into 3 is 12. Now, so this is nothing but 16, right? So definitely in the beginning, you will have to put some effort to identify. So how can you get 31 from this prime factor? Now minus 31, so minus 15 and minus 16 will give you minus 31. I will tell you one more thing at the end of this video. Now my roots will be change the sign and divided by coefficient of y square. Okay, divided by coefficient of y square, or you can say divided by a, right? Because the quadratic equation form will be ax square, right? Plus 16 divided by 20. So this will be 5 3s are 5 4s are, and this will be 4 4s are and 4 5s are. So our roots will become 3 by 4, and then it will become 4 by 5, right? So this will become our roots, right? So this will become our roots. Okay, now friends, always remember, if we have a quadratic equation ax square minus bx plus c is equals to 0, then your roots will be always positive. Right? Here you can see, so ax square minus bx plus c, both the roots positive. Ax square minus bx plus c is equals to 0, both the roots is positive. And then here you see minus, both the roots will be positive. When it is positive negative, then there will be different conditions. But when you have so here also you can say, sir, both the roots will be positive, right? Once again, friends, so after some time, might be like 3 to 4 minutes, so you will be having the coding classes. Okay, now, so find the roots of the equation. In the same video, Upasana ma'am will take. Find the roots of the equation. Sir, now square root is there. Let us see what you do. So friends, what I can write here, so see, if you want a square root of 3, then 45 can I write a square root of 3 into a square root of 3? That is nothing but both square root of 3 into square root of 3 will give us 3. Okay, now, so 3 we got. Now we want another 15. So 3 into 5. So 15 and into 3 is 45. That's all. Now here you want minus 8 root 3. So you take 3 root 3 and then you take 5 root 3. So you take 3 root 3 and then you take 5 root 3, right? And both you take in minus, and both you take in minus, because here we have minus. Now my roots will become what? Now my roots will become 3 root 3 and divided by coefficient of x square, that is nothing but 1, and then 5 root 3 divided by coefficient 1. So this 2 will become our roots. Okay, now, so once you understand this, okay, then they might give you the question in different formats, right? Okay, so here, if p and q are the roots of the equation, then you need to find out which will be the answer. Okay, then, so friends, sum of roots. Okay, so sum of roots, definitely I'm not going into very much basics, will be minus b by a, and product of roots will be nothing but here c by a. So I'm not going into very deep as of now. So once I will take the complete class on quadratic equation, then we will have in complete detail, right? So even we'll have to take third root also. So ax cube, I mean, you can say polynomial plus bx square plus cx plus d. So this kind of question also comes. I had solved one question few days ago. Now, so if p and q are the roots of equation, then so we have x square plus px plus q is equals to 0. Okay, now, so what will be the sum of roots? Okay, so p plus q will be nothing but equal to minus p, right? So here we are calculating sum of roots. Okay, sum of roots. Okay, so ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, fine. So p plus q will be equal to minus p. Now this p will come this side, so 2p plus q will be equal to 0. Okay, fine. Now friends, so just take the option and see which option satisfied that. So option 1, p is equals to 1, so it will become 2 into 1, and q will become minus 2. So this will become equal to 0. That means this particular option A will be the correct answer for the question number 6, right? So this kind of questions you will be getting. E, P and Q are the real roots of the equation, then find this, then find that, then the question will start becoming complicated. So in this video I have covered a very basic, okay, of quadratic equation, where you will be getting bit of knowledge. But if you want the complete lecture on quadratic equation, right, if you want to learn from very much basics of each and every topic, friends, so just now I was talking about that. So you can get our TCS NQT crash course, right, or you can get the newly launched Achievers 2.4, and this will be for all the examination. So you can go and you can look at the content here, right? So right now 500 discount is going on. So crash course on TCS, Accenture crash course, right, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, right, and then your aptitude variable programming, psychometric, and then all those things will be there, right? So even you will be looking for the fully solved TCS previous year aptitude reasoning coding, so that also will be there. Even the interview material will be also there, right? So all those things you will be getting it here. So the link will be in the description, so you can get it. And the TCS NQT course also you can get it, right, crash course. So this will be especially designed for the TCS examination now. So after this, friends, you will be having the coding classes with Upashna ma'am. So please, let us start with the coding class. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Online Study for You. So today we are solving TCS NQT 15 Jan coding questions. Yes, we got these questions and today we will be solving these questions. Now, so this time I have heard that there were a lot of compiler issues the student faced. I have talked to a lot of my students and this is very saddening that when you know that how to solve a particular problem, question, but that system is giving you a lot of troubles, then it hurts a lot, irritates a lot. I understand. I have also gone through a lot of these issues. So no worries. This happened. But what we need to focus right now is what were the questions, whatever the type of questions, how we can solve those questions, and how we can do better in our next TCS NQT exam, or did we do good in this TCS NQT exam. So let's test this out. Let's focus on the positive part of that. So after talking, since I haven't given the exam, so I have talked to a lot of my students and they told me that these were the questions, and based on their understanding I came up with the closest possible question that could be the actual problem statement, verified with my students as well. So let's see let's see these questions and let's understand how we can solve these questions. First of all, the questions that were asked in TCS NQT were the convert a given matrix into a lower triangular matrix. This was the first question. Here, this type of input will be given and you need to convert into the matrix like this. Here, if you see, the upper part of the matrix is having zeros. So this was the first question. We'll dig deeper. First, let's get understand both the questions a bit, and then we'll take the questions one by one. Okay. Second question. Second question was password based question, where you will be given a password string and you need to find the minimum number of divisions such that total number of decoded passwords are greater than the length of each decoded password. This is a question. Let's understand this. Suppose there is a string given, and what you need to do, you need to divide a string in such a manner, in such a parts, that the number of divisions, that is number of divisions, are here 4. They should be minimum yet greater than the length of each decoded string. So that is 3. So yeah, this is passing our evaluation and that is what the target was. Now, moving on. So moving on, if we see both the questions, let's now dig deeper and understand how we can solve these questions and what was the actual meaning of the question, right? So this was a very straightforward question where you were given a matrix and you need to convert into the lower triangular matrix, right? For those who don't know lower triangular matrix, we always have input and output. Always look into that. You will always get the question better. Okay. So suppose this is my input matrix. Now here in this matrix, I have numbers all over. But when I see the output there, if you see this part, this part is not having any numbers, but all other values are 0 now. That is what the change from input to output, the change is this part is all 0 now. So we need to make this part 0. And if you see the shape, then this is a triangle. And what they meant by the lower triangular matrix is that the number should be into the lower triangular, that is this part of the matrix, only the numbers should be there. And that is what we need to do. I hope the question is pretty clear now. And now what we need to do is we need to understand the logic and how we can solve this question. So coming up. So let's take output only, because here what we need to build is logic around output. So we will focus on output only. This is our matrix, right? 5, 6, 0, 0, then 9, 8, 7. I hope I'm writing nicely, not that nicely. Okay, so this is our matrix, right? Let's change the color. Okay, green looks good. So if I see this matrix for, yeah, if you see, can you observe any logic here or anything that is repeating that makes this is 0, right? This is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, highlighting the 0 part. And now check, can you find any logic here that you think, yeah, this might be this observation, that you think this observation can bring a logic to, and which is repeative and which can be coded and which can give you a right result. So some of you might, or many of you might have guessed, but those who haven't and those who have, let's see that how your thing can be put in and can be coded and can be helped to solve this question. Okay, now those who haven't, let's add the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are my columns and these are my row indexes. Okay, right? Sorry, these are my columns and these are my row indexes. So I'm taking row as I and in columns as j. Now observe where we have from where the actual thing starts changing. In first row we have here, from here, wherever j is greater than I, right? Wherever j is, whenever for 0, 0 we have 1. When I was equals to j, we have the number. But as soon as j became greater, that is a column number is greater than I, we have 0. And for rest, the pattern is same. So for this pattern, for this row, we can say for j greater than I, all other numbers or the numbers we need to make 0. Okay, whatever number there was, now we need to convert it into 0. Secondly, in the second row, we have this number here. If you see again, for I, when I was 1 and j was 0, there was a number. When I was 1 and j was 1, there's again a number. But when I was 1 but j was 2, there's 0. When I was 1 and j is 3, there's again 0. So what we evaluated is for second row also, if j is greater than I, we need to put in 0 there. Okay. And if you observe here also, in the third row also same pattern follows. In the fourth row also same pattern follows. So this is what we need to do. Now we know what changes. Wherever j is greater than I, we need to make that particular column as 0, right? So what will be the code for this? So first of all, always we start from traversing our rows first, right? I equals to 0, I is less than n is the size of your rows, okay? And j plus plus, okay? Similarly, now we are for each row, we need to go into each column. For j is equals to, for j equals to I plus 1. I greater than 1, j should be. So no need to traverse all and then check. What we can do, we can directly traverse from I plus 1. J less than m, j plus plus. M is the column size. Okay. So a of I, j will be simply put to 0. And that is what a simple solution will look like. That's it. So that's it. So what we need to do? Just traverse the matrix, and wherever j is greater than I, put 0 there. Just simple. Simple. That was the logic, and that if you have coded this way, you might have got all your test cases passed. If not, and if you were closer here, if you were able to build a logic and submitted your code, and the logic was similar to this, then also definitely that question, that logic will be considered. So that's it. And those now those who have seen this question, I will request them to code your question completely one by yourself. And if you get stuck anywhere, just ping me on my LinkedIn or on my Insta. I'll be there to help you out. So that is it. Now, moving on to the second question. In the second question, given a password string, find a minimum number of divisions such that the total number of decoded passwords are greater than length of each decoded password. So that is what we need to do. Let's understand this question first. And before understanding, since we have very less space left, let's delete everything. Okay. Quickly deleting everything so that we can save the space for our next question. Okay. So we are good to go now. Let's move back. So again, to understand the question, I need red color. Red highlights will. So given a password string, suppose this is a string where s is equals to please save me, and the total number of length is 12. That is total number of characters that we have in please save me is 12. Now what we need to do is we need to divide a string in certain parts such that the total number of divisions, suppose if you are dividing it into 3 parts, this, then this, then this, and if you are dividing it into 4 parts, then the total number of divisions are minimum, yet the length, the total number of divisions are greater, minimum yet greater than the length of each string that falls into the decoded password. That is what the question says. Now, let's see how we can solve this question. Okay, I hope the question is now clear to everybody. So we have this string. Please save me from TCS NQT compiler. TCS, you need to look into this, sir. This is a problem students are facing since very long, and I don't know why they don't do anything about it. I'm just so disappointed at this moment. So this is a string. Now what we need to do, we need to decode. So here if you see, there are two things. If I say I need to take into the method of row and column. So let's say you column, if I take columns as number of divisions, and if I say row is a length of string, each str. If I say something like this, then what? Similar, right? I'm just giving a name to whatever two situations, two conditions that one need to be compared are there. Okay. So what is said that this number of divisions, which should be minimum, that is column, but column should be the column value at the end, the column value should be greater than my row value, right? This is the thing. So here, if you see, these are the two values and they can be seen as a column row pattern, and When you see such things where two numbers are getting compared, you can always see it as a matrix question. No matter 1D, 2D, you can always see it as a matrix question. So string-based matrix question can be seen here. And now we will solve it with that logic. Okay, total length is 12. Okay, and now we need to divide it in such that in a row should be less than column, right? Total number of rows should be less than total number of columns. What can be the possible number? But first multiplication that will come into my mind is 1 into 12, a 1 row and 12 column. Second can be 2 into 6. Okay, that is 2 rows, 6 columns. Third will be 3 into 4. 3 rows, 4 columns. Then if I go further, then it will be 4 into 3, which is not matching the condition. So this can't be included. We have these 3 options. Out of which this particular value is giving me the minimum number of columns. So how I need to divide? My row will be 3. There will be 3 rows and their columns will be 4, right? Now if I write this string, this particular string into my, there will be 4 columns, right? And there will be 3 rows. So I have made a matrix out of it. And now let's put our string here. Please save me. And now if I need to give the decoded strings, what will be this? Those will be, first will be this one, that is PSV. Then second will be this one, that is Li. Then this will be ESM. Then last will be AAE. So these will be my 4 strings that I need to give, which are following the logic and which are following the criteria. We haven't discussed the logic properly, right? We have said that we will take this number, but how to come up with this number every time? For every L, how to come up with this number? You must be thinking, yeah, what she has said is going above my mind. I'm not able to guess the logic still. So I haven't told the logic to you yet. And we still need to get to this part, that how we have came up with this. So what we can do here, if I do the square root, of 12, SQRT of 12, if I do this, what will be that? Under root 12, it will be something around 3.3, right? Something around 3.3 value. And if I take the lower and the upper value of it, SQRT of 12 will be lower, will be 3. And if I increase it, like if I round it off to the second part, that will be 4, right? 3 into, so if whatever the number is given, we will do the SQRT and we will take the floor and seal. Floor is a lower part, that will be, suppose if any value is coming like 3.57, okay? So if I do the floor, round it off in this side, then it will be 3. But if I take the seal, that is round it off to this side, then it will be a 4. So in the scale from 3 to 4, if any number is lying there, then floor is this part and seal is this part. I hope you got it. So whatever number is given, what we can do is, we can do the SQRT of that number, and whatever the output comes, we need to take the floor and seal. Floor will be, the floor value of that number will be my row, and the seal value of that number will be my column. And this is how we can calculate. Okay. And so what we will make as a matrix, we will make one matrix where we will put on all the string values one by one, right? And the matrix size will be so what so matrix size will be, my rows will be floor value of under root, let's write sqrt of L, right? And my column value will be seal value of, again, sqrt of L, right? Now, then we will create a matrix M of this size, and we will put in all the string there, and then we will traverse all the matrix column wise, and whatever the output we will be getting, we will print that. So this is the logic here. What we are doing, we are taking the string, and since they said that the decoded password, total number of decoded passwords should be greater than length of each decoded password, here we said that, oh, there are two things getting compared, and from that we came up with the matrix idea. And once the matrix was there, we saw that we need to take this number, the closest possible number, and we took that number. And with this, after seeing this number, so we thought that if we do the sqrt, then we can get the right number to divide, and the floor and seal values can help us design the matrix. We did that, and we have came up with the correct solution. So this was the logic behind this, and these were the two questions that we were able to solve now. And I hope you understood the question. If you have any queries, let us know in the comment section below. And if you are facing any problem while coding this, I'm leaving the actual coding part on you, because it is very, very important for you to code yourself first. And if after coding yourself, if you're not able to figure out some things, you can always reach out to me on my LinkedIn or my Insta. So that's it for this video. I hope you have gained some valuable insights. Do follow Online Study for You, and do follow Upasana Singh for a lot of such contents. So that is it. Bye bye. We'll see you in the next video.